The main reason this event has been successful has been because of the amazing support of Google ecosystem, from Google developers to Google Cloud, Google for Startups, Google Healthcare, Google Research, Google DeepMind. And we're honored to also welcome an amazing keynote speaker. Please welcome Naveen Nigam, Head of Developer Relationships at Americas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see everyone. Really good to see everyone. As mentioned, my name is Naveen Nigam. I lead up developer relations across Americas at Google. Super excited to be here. I do a lot of work with founders, various startups, professionals, and a lot of students. And so to see all of you here, and it's been a long weekend. It's been a lot. I saw some people sleeping. I'm not going to point them out, but they were sleeping, and I could see why, because it's tiring. It's a lot of work. And so that's why, if this works, does it? No. All right. That's why the very first thing I want to say to all of you is congratulations. Congratulations. Truly, 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 I can't recall a time. I did electrical engineering. I'm sorry, from Waterloo. I apologize. I did it from Waterloo. I know, I understand. And I can't recall a time where, after a, Monday to Friday, being busy with school, all the long classes, to continue doing that over the weekend. I couldn't think of a time. And so all of you, a huge kudos. And that's kind of what I want to talk about right now. What I really want to spend time talking about, and I promised it was going to be short, so I'm going to try to keep this short. My goal was to just remind all of you how important it is to do what you're doing. Thank you so much. And so how important it is based on where you all are, not only in your future, but where you are in the industry and which way the industry is headed. It's really critical to understand this sometimes. And if folks think about, I'm going to stand right here. There it is. If we think about the different industrial revolutions that we've had, we're entering the fifth one. And I made some notes here, so I just want to make sure I don't mess this up for you all. And as a reminder of what our industrial revolutions are, the very first one, let's go back to the 1800s. Right? This is what we're talking about, revolution, where it just changed the way we do things, fundamentally changed the way we do things. In 1900s, mass production, electrical power, you saw that, right? Everyone saw how that was all coordinated. Electrical power, assembly lines. 2000s, which probably most of you are most familiar with, computers, Internet of Things. When we're talking about automated production, electronics, and the most prominent one, all that power in your pocket with smartphones. I've been at Google for a decade. Prior to that, I was at BlackBerry for a decade, and we were right at the cusp of realizing, thank you. I wasn't sure if people would remember that company, but thank you. The reality is, as you're going down this path, now when we look at 2020s, well, this is the age of AI. This is the age of AI, where we're talking about robotics. We're talking about super computer strength. We're talking about cyber physical systems, cognitive systems, and everything being super, super catered to what you want it to be. And that is really meaningful because as we're going down that path of entering this fifth, I like to say evolution, revolution from the industry, it goes without saying. GenAI, transforming how we interact with technology. This you all know, you all understand this space. And this is why a lot of you are doing what you're doing today. A lot of people don't understand is that we've been doing this, if it shows up, it's coming. There it is. We've been doing this for over a decade, right? This has been, it's not just now that this has kicked off. This has been going on for a while. And if you think about all the progress that has been made in this space and how it has been an iterative approach. And what do I mean by that? It's not that just that couple of years ago we all started caring about AI and it popped out of nowhere. If you truly look at what was done, how, and what's really cool about this, you see the different verticals and different industries that it's played in. If you think about on the medical side of things, you think of what they did with the Genome Project. You talk about even the fun stuff about, AlphaGo. One of the conversations, I was having a conversation with the Chief Innovation Officer for the Trillium Health Board, and they were talking about the medical industry. For all those who know, when you look at a medical vertical, typically, and this is not necessarily true now, but typically, they're usually the slowest to adopt new technology. It's just a function of the, let's call it bureaucracy, red tape, whatever, and just regulations that they have to adhere to. They're usually the slowest to adopt new technology. And talking to the Chief Innovation Officer, they were like, hey, we're gonna blow that out of the water because we have to move fast. We have to move fast. We cannot be on the sidelines waiting for the technology to get ahead of us that it's too much for us to catch up. And I urge you all to think about this. You don't need to go that far, but let's say fast forward 5, let's say 10 years. Try to name an industry. Try to name a vertical that's not going to be affected by AI. That the way it is currently handled, the way that people currently do their jobs in that industry or in that vertical will not be impacted by AI. A lot of us were talking, we were like, okay, well, maybe construction. Maybe some of the electric work or plumbing work or whatnot, that's like a hands-on. No, the tools that you're gonna be using, the insight that you'll need to do those jobs well, they're all gonna be influenced by AI. And so when I talk about kickstarting your career with AI, the first step is just getting your hands dirty. Really getting into the weeds of it and working with the technology. I see some really young people here, and it makes me it inspires me to know that there are folks who are realizing the value of educating yourself on AI as soon as possible. Now, I know you all have been working on some really cool projects. Some of you were able to talk to me, tell me about the projects. I'm really excited to see, and best of luck to everyone on it. But the reality is, when we think about coding, we think about software engineering, software development, AI is radically transforming all aspects of that. This slide just kind of goes through all the different things, but I actually like this other slide even better. When we look at the developer workflow, and if you look at this workflow, coding's a small part of it. When you look at this workflow, you realize AI is touching every aspect of this. And the idea is, developers are looking to do what they need to do efficiently and safely so that they can go to where the users are and provide a solution to those users. AI cannot be intrusive. It cannot be in your way. It has to complement what you're working on. And in order to do that, again, it's going to be a bunch of iterations of what we're trying to do, but folks responsible for building the right AIs, they got to do it in a way that it's done with intentionality of helping you, the developer, or helping the user at the end of the day. So, as we look ahead, you're right at the cusp of what's happening. But what I want to really leave you all with and try to think about is, as you're working on this hackathon, as you've been spending a lot of time on AI, trying to educate yourself, one of the biggest and most valuable resources all of you have is your network. And I genuinely mean this when we talk about your network. The people that are around, look around this room. There are so many people that are going to be doing so many greater things moving forward. Connect with them. If you haven't met someone new while you were taking part in this hackathon during this period of time, you're not doing it right. It's not just about coming up with the solution. It's about building your network. Because the reality is, you all together have a lot more information than one of you as an individual. So how do you take advantage of that? How do you build your network? Okay, there's a lot of tools out there. There's LinkedIn, there's social media and whatnot. Talk. We talk about AI, we talk about advancement, but at the end of the day, it's all about communication. Talk. Build your network. Find out what you don't know. AI is a space where there's an abundance of information out there. Even AI makes it easier to learn about AI. Take advantage of that. Do that. Work with your network, find out what you don't know, and apply. Apply. Just don't give up. That's one of the biggest things. Like I mentor a lot of folks, a lot of students, and one of the biggest things is that like, I'm going down this path, I'm trying to figure it out, but as I continue down that path, one of the things that I realize is like, is this for me? Is this too much? You're not alone, but just talk to the other people that are feeling the same way. Because together, as you build your network, you're going to gain more knowledge and be able to understand what you can do and what you should be focused on. There's probably a lot of you here who are in the boat of, I'm doing a lot with AI, I know I need to learn it, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. That's okay. I genuinely mean that. If you have no idea what you're going to do with this knowledge that you're learning today, that's okay. But the important thing is you're kickstarting your career, you're kickstarting your journey in AI by learning. Absorb as much as you can, continue down this path. We're going to share this afterwards too, but if you want more information, by all means, take a picture of the QR code, get a QR. There's a lot of resources. If you're looking for more resources on learning more about AI, what you can do with it, what you can't do with it, how to get started, by all means, take advantage of the resources. I'll be around here afterwards too, happy to talk to anyone, take any questions. Thank you so much for your time and best of luck.
You shared on Discord. Did you email him?
Did we get the mic back? No, dude. Did he give the mic back? The microphone from him. Did he give it back? Or does he still have it? I don't have my glasses on, I can't see.
No, he doesn't have it. So, what is this? I thought. Well, what do you mean? Then how I'm communicating with you? Then how I'm like communicating with you? No, it has like. I disconnected myself because I think.
Oh my god, we lost the mic.
Are we missing anything else? I think
I did not hear your thank you to Google, so let's repeat what we did on Friday. Repeat after me. Thank you, Naveen, for the amazing keynote and sponsoring lunch today. And of course, the Gemini credits.
Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'll wait.
let me know if there is anything else.
Should I fast forward? So we had an amazing keynote by Naveen. Next up, wow, such an interesting microphone. It's not working. Catherine, can you make it seem as if I pressed it? 3, 2, 1. Next up, we have Vic Pant, the head of United Nations in Canada. Please.
Should work. Why not?
You turn off that mic, use this one. This one's better.
United Nations in Canada has been one of our main partners for the event, and I'm sure a lot of you have had the opportunity to meet them at the networking booth, and we're honored to have the President and CEO of United Nations Association in Canada Vic Pond joining us.
The name is there. Okay, so we can.
Hi guys. Yeah, no, this is very funny. We're just laughing because not because United Nations in Canada, but because my name is not Vic Pant. So my name is Aki Temiseva. Weird name, you know. So, but it's a Finnish name, and so I'm sure they'll try to figure it out. So that's the laughter. It's good to break the ice. So I'm not sure who Vic is, but nice to meet you, Vic, if you're somewhere here. So I'm going to do it very boringly behind the scenes, not because I want to hide behind. I actually like to do it like my friend Naveen here and kind of be closer to you. But I took this so seriously to be here today, I've actually written a speech. So hopefully you'll listen to every word of it because I've really put my heart into it. So I'm going to kind of withdraw myself behind here, not to hide, but actually to deliver my speech. But I am super pumped to be here with, I met so many of you during this afternoon, and the vibe and the energy in this room is amazing. So give yourself a clap before we start. All right. So thank you again for the warm introduction and to all of you being here with us this afternoon. It's been, first of all, a privilege to work with Lucas and the 1 Degree Cooler team. Thank you so much. I've been so impressed by your passion and leadership, and it feels like this is only the start of our work together. The big thanks to the team, GenAi Genesis. Wow. As I said, this is my first hackathon. I've heard some of you been here like double digits. Kudos to you, but I'm impressed. What an amazing weekend. Seeing the ways we could use AI has really, truly inspired me. It's also been a pleasure connecting with so many other organizations and sponsors gathered here, and I hope we can continue to discuss new partnerships, new innovative partnerships together. I often refer to the United Nations Association in Canada as a family where everybody is welcome. So from now, I want to just extend this introduction and this invitation to everybody. Welcome to the United Nations Association family. For the folks I haven't had a chance to meet yet, know my virtual door is always open. And finally, of course, to all the inspiring participants out there. I heard that the organizing team received a record number of applicants for this event. And I would also like to congratulate all of you being selected to participate in this weekend's hackathon for human empowerment. Before we dive into the weekend, I'd love to tell you a little bit about who we are. I am the president and CEO of United Nations Association in Canada. So we are a national charitable organization that has provided a leading voice on multilateralism in Canada since 1946. Our mandate is to advance and animate the work of the UN, basically bring it alive here in Canada. With a particular focus on the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, hopefully most of you have heard about it. Simply put, this agenda is about, first, global blueprint to end poverty, protect our planet, and ensure peace and prosperity for all people. It's accompanying 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, which you can see in my pin, the 17 different colors, frame our work here in Canada. We work across all generations and coast to coast to coast here in Canada to build shared solutions, exactly what you have been doing here today, for common challenges and shared challenges, bringing together people of all backgrounds. And perhaps there is no better example of people coming together to address a shared challenge than this weekend's hackathon. I'm going to address today, specifically SDG 13, climate change. When it comes to the urgent need to tackle climate change, it can be easy to get lost in scientific jargon and very confusing language. But the situation really does call for immediate action. Let's be clear. Climate change is the greatest threat facing humanity and the world as a whole. I'm sure all of you know this well, but with recent changes in the global political discourse, there is an added need to remind ourselves of the facts. So here are some facts. The last 10 years have been the 10 hottest years on record. Global temperatures are projected to rise up by 2.9 degrees Celsius by the end of the century if we don't take more drastic action. Over 30 million people were displaced due to the climate-related disasters in 2023 alone. Imagine, that's like 3/4 of Canada's population being forced out of their homes in one single year. We don't have to imagine a faraway place to understand this grave threat. The risks are clear here at home too. Toronto's annual heat-related deaths are expected to triple by 2050 without decisive climate action. The city issued more heat warnings in the summer of 2023 than any other year on record. And the strain placed on emergency rooms during the summer was immense. If you look at Canada at large, we've all seen the ever-increasing numbers devastating wildfires raging free all over the country. And on the other hand, storms, torrential rain, and floods. But here's what gives me hope, my friends. While the challenges are enormous, so too is our capacity to respond. And we have one of the most promising tools ever created in our hands if we use it for good. Artificial intelligence has revolutionized everything we do and is quickly becoming a secret weapon in the fight against climate change. The possibilities are nearly endless. Imagine AI optimizing entire city grids, cutting emissions by as much as 40% and turning cities of gridlock and asphalt into models of sustainability. As droughts become more and more common, think of AI as a lifeline for farmers, helping them predict exactly when to water crops, when to save water, and protecting food security. Picture AI acting like a watchful forest ranger, catching illegal logging before it devastates ecosystems. And across the globe, AI is helping renewable energy keeping the lights on, forecasting wind and sun patterns so clean energy is more reliable and affordable for everyone. These aren't distant dreams. They're happening right now. And they remind us when we pair innovation with purpose, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Now, finally, the best part of my job is when I'm able to leave my desk and connect face-to-face with young Canadians who are pushing our country forward. People talk about young people as being full of potential. I often respond by saying that yes, young people do have tremendous potential, but they also have what it takes to turn passion into progress today. We just need to give you a chance. Events like this hackathon are exactly the kind of opportunity where the passion turns into real-world impact. Just looking around and feeling the last few hours, I can feel the energy, the ambition, and the excitement. And I would invite all of you to see each other not as individuals trying to win a competition, but as collaborators in pursuit of common goal. Just like Naveen said in his speech, work together, network, find solutions. 1 + 1 is never 2, it's actually 3 or maybe even 5. Because we need to work together to meet the challenge. If your social media algorithms are anything like mine, you've been flooded with the stories of doom, desperation, and defeat. And while it can be tempting to tune out the noise, now more than ever, this moment is calling for us to step up to the plate. Now more than ever, the moment is calling out for us to stand up for humanity. Now more than ever, the moment is calling out for fresh ideas, for folks who aren't afraid to roll up their sleeves and get to work, for people who break down barriers, not build them, for visionaries who know that a better world is possible and who can help us take us there. Now more than ever, the moment is calling out for youth leadership. You could have spent your weekend anywhere, but you chose to be here, brainstorming how we can leverage AI to address the biggest issues facing humanity. I say to you, respect. I'd like to end with the great Nelson Mandela's favorite quote: "It always seems impossible before it's done. So let's do this together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aki. Maybe we can take a group photo together. And a suggestion, please sleep at nights. That's what happens when you don't sleep. Who slept last night, actually? Boo, boo. Anyways, thank you so much. Can we get a round of applause for Aki?
Whose names? Where's the slide for Raffle prizes? The slide for Raffle prizes.
Help me get there. Right now, this.
Like, do you need to like connect it? No.
No. Just for me.
All right, so I hope you've enjoyed 2 keynotes from our sponsors and partners. But of course, this hackathon wouldn't have been possible without all your efforts. We had over 620 hackers joining us. A 160 plus submitted projects, most of them GPT wrappers or Gemini wrappers. And over $15,000 in prizes that, as you can see, Jason is still setting up. We want to give you an opportunity to also get a sense of what your other hackers have built. So we've selected some of the top projects to come and do a demo. As we go through these demos, we will not do the prizes now. We'll just have them come here and show us what they've built. So starting with the first top project presentation. Can I get some drum rolls? Overseer. Where are you guys? If you're seeing us, come now. All right, these are the folks there.
Like, we need to connect to the HDMI.
HDMI you should change, but I've asked them to connect Zoom.
Oh, then that would be great.
Few projects and then. Yes, and he gets my presentations in half.
I'll give them the HDMI then.
So please join the Zoom call so that our virtual participants can also join. And just demo for 5 minutes what you also demo to the judges.
Yeah. Can you? Yeah, HDMI. Yeah, we have it. Like who is on Zoom? Who is on Zoom?
I mean, like we have a demo. We also have a slideshow. Can I put mine?
Like this one? Share screen. Are you on Zoom share? Can you say Anthony? Yeah, he would.
Wait. I can do like most of it.
Do most. I can explain some of the tech. Okay, actually.
Like only one would be like.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I don't need to be here.
Yeah, you can zoom out. Yeah, start. Oh, you need to like allow zoom. Yeah, so. Sorry. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I guess that's not.
Wait, I can talk a lot of it.
Okay. You got it. We don't need to do that much technical stuff because like
We have to like.
we're just presenting for the
cover
common audience. I'm gonna scan for Ivan's. Yeah, I don't.
We
Nah, you got it. You got it. It's tough.
Do you need 2 mics or 1 mic?
We should have 2.
Yeah. Can you give them one of the mics? Yeah.
Wait, 1 second. I think so.
You're not streaming on. Sorry.
Oh, I'm not?
Yeah, you have to go to Zoom again.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Can I? Should I?
Can you join together? Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Just like my name, nothing else.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Like, no. Now what is
It's kind of scary being here. I can't lie.
we can. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Allow. Yeah, can you go to the set up okay?
Okay. He's interested in himself by name, then you, and then I'll go on. Yeah.
And we built Overseer. So in 2015, Amazon had to scrap its AI recruitment tool after it was discovered to be biased against women. So this was found to be a result of the training data reflecting historical practices dominated by male candidates, which taught the model to favor resumes from men. So we want to avoid this by mitigating bias. So we can give a quick demo here because it'll take a second to load. Basically, users input source data, which in our case is a data set of resumes. So we then cluster the data, we'll analyze common traits among the clusters using the LLM, and then we prune over-concentrated sections to create a more balanced data set called data undersampling. So we're just going to wait a second for this to load here. Hopefully.
It might take a while.
This might take a while. Hold on. Just need a minute. True. Okay, so it's loaded, and he's just going to fetch the embedding information. As you can see here, every single dot here represents a singular resume. We basically took a resume as text input, and then we ran it under a transformer, and then embedded it into a 6-dimensional vector. So each point here has the 3 x, y, and z coordinates, and also your hue, saturation, and brightness value. Now what happens is we run a clustering algorithm to determine which points are the most similar to each other. And these points are highlighted in their individual dark colors, as you can see.
Yeah, so for each cluster, we have an info tab that identifies what makes this cluster stand out compared to the rest of the data set. So if we click here, we can see that cluster A is primarily culinary, what is that?
Culinary leadership.
Yeah, chefs. That means the first most populous cluster is made up of chefs, which means we have too many chefs in a data set. So generative AI is uniquely perfect for this test case because it can interpret the semantic meaning of these embeddings, which would otherwise are 300 and something dimensional vectors, which we've transformed into 3D dots. So through this, we empower organizations to hire more diverse and inclusive teams by reducing the risk of perpetuating biases and actively promoting equitable opportunities for all sorts of candidates.
Yeah. By making sure our information is as diverse as possible, we make sure that we don't really create any false correlations as Amazon previously did. It's our solution.
So in the future, our approach is not limited to hiring data alone. We can very easily manipulate some of the code to make it applicable for any biased data set in any field, from finance to healthcare to law enforcement even. So we want to generalize to handle more types of data sets for more scalability and impact. Thank you.
Next, we have Project Autotune. Autotune, where are you guys? They're there. I did not hear your claps, guys. Please don't tell me you're also 3 first-year Waterloo students. Join the Zoom and share screen.
Are you in the Zoom? I am. Yeah, yeah. Can you? So our laptop is like distributed, so we have both of us. I think like, what would you present? No, we both. It's two components.
Can we switch? Like,
I think that would take time.
We can both share. Can it both be shown?
No, I think because one of the AGM is.
No, like when we join the Zoom.
No, because we have to show that the AGM is. That was, like, I think like what do you have? Like you have the
how
demo.
about I just have 2 tabs?
Yeah,
I can do 2 tabs.
Can you like go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you first like ask for share screen first? Can you go to Zoom first so we can get this thing set? Can you go to Zoom? Yeah. Share. Oh, you have the thing. Okay.
Just make sure you get there.
Yeah. Only
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, because I think it will be difficult. Allow for one.
I've never presented here with them. Can you take a picture?
Do you guys know who sets up the YouTube live stream? Who knows who sets up YouTube live stream? Who has watched our live streams recently? Anthony, do you want to stand up? No. Come on, bro. Can we get a round of applause? Anthony has been setting live stream for all the workshops, keynotes, and ceremonies.
Can I just...
It definitely deserves another round of applause.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eric from U of T.
I'm Aditya. I'm first year Waterloo.
Hi, I'm Divya. I'm also first year Waterloo. And then shout out to our 4th teammate who couldn't be here today, Chinmay, but he's also incoming Waterloo as well. As many of you know, fine-tuning is a process where you can tune the LLM to a certain task. But the problem is that, firstly, not a lot of people have the compute resources to actually scale like large language models at that scale. And also, it's kind of tedious and time-consuming, especially for people who are not as technically inclined. That's why we created Autotune, an LLM marketplace to fine-tune models that democratizes the process of actually fine-tuning and allows anyone of any skill level to deploy and fine-tune any model for their purposes.
So over here we have the client side. And in the client side, Eric here, who has no experience with large language models, is going to create a config. And he can specify the name of the run. He can specify all the configs. And then he can choose his data file. So over here, we're just using the tiny Shakespeare data set. But this can be any data set that you want, as long as it's a TXT file. And then
Yeah, and then we just send the data and the config file to our Google Cloud bucket, and this will be displayed as queued on the trainer dashboard.
And so then once we're in the trainer dashboard, for reference, right now we're doing this on one laptop, but it can be done across many as long as they're all connected to the same database. And then you can start the training. And so we can see we have the real time from it's running on my laptop, but if we were doing this from 2 laptops, it'd be running on the trainer's laptop. And so this allows anyone who doesn't have the compute resources to be able to still fine tune. And we can see on the main page.
Yeah, so as you can see, the graphical elements start loading in. So this is a way that the client can keep track of the training in real time. And you can also keep track of the loss of the training in real time as well. And yeah, it just finished all 4 steps, and it's just uploading back to the bucket.
So once it's finished training, now Eric will show in a minute that you can click on the training job, and you can actually inference the model that you just fine-tuned locally. And it's also going to be deployed on Google Cloud as well on the back end, so anyone can access your LLM that's been fine-tuned. Additionally, this model was fine-tuned on Gemma, so that's just like a little bit of like a bit of what model that we actually chose to use.
And what this really shows is that people who are non-technical can now be using these open source advancements like Gemma, DeepSeek, and all these amazing models coming out. So this right now is just, this was only fine-tuned for 4 steps on a 2-batch size, so it won't really change too much. But if you want to use this seriously, you could do a 24-hour run with 1 million tokens, and from there you can actually get a proper working model that's yours. And in this way, you own the AI.
Yeah, so to the right, we have the AI that is deployed here. So you can see that it has returned something Shakespearean to our prompt. And yeah, that's our demo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Next up, we have image EHR. Who's image EHR? If you're image EHR, just come here, come present.
What's the number on that HDMI then? Yeah.
Sure, you can go later. Do we have Neurolens here? How do you know about Neurolens too? How about Thought Mirror? Is that ready? You want to go? Okay, so we'll do the one from a virtual presentation. How would that go? Where's Neurolens? Okay, come by, guys. Come by.
We only would have like one computer, right? Like who is on the Zoom? Yeah, you are on the Zoom. We could probably switch. Mine. Oh. I switch would like wouldn't work for you. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah. This microphone. Okay. Okay. Can you share? Your screen. Share your screen. Now go to your thing. Just yeah, go to your screen. Okay. Is that the thing? Can you do minus? Yeah. And then where's your HTML? HTML is in the back. Okay. Can you finish? What if we can like speak here? No, like speak. With this.
Yep. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, well, an introduction to our project, which we call Neurolens. So we decided to tackle the accessibility theme of this, or not really theme, but category of this hackathon, which goes, okay, how can we help somebody out with sensory issues? So then we thought of, actually, because my teammate here, he did, what did you do for your guide?
So hello, I'm Mahan. I'm a graduate student at McMaster University. So yeah, like as Alex alluded to earlier, like this program is gonna be essentially used for like being built at edge devices or like glasses at the end.
Anyway, I meant to say particularly he graduated in biomedical.
Yeah,
Biomedical. So yeah, he has some expertise in the medical field, and I thought because in the last few hackathons I also did UI. Funny enough, I actually applied to this hackathon thinking I would do back end, only for me to do front end once again. So we decided, us two, our teammates were from Alberta. Turns out they're virtual, so we're a duo. We had to kind of take it that way. So we thought, okay, something in medical, something that looks clean, and then we thought, okay, well, we thought about somebody who is potentially blind. They have their walking crane, right? But what if they don't have their walking crane? They could run into a wall. Well, they're probably not going to run, but they can walk into a wall totally. Unless they're wearing some smart glasses, and that smart glasses is deploying some software where it can tell you, hey, there's a wall in front of you, or there's people around you. You might want to like be aware of this. And so that's directly what Neurolens is going to do for the user. So if we take a look here at the demonstration, so this is overall, the MVP is shown through a webcam, but you can imagine this could be deployed on smart glasses. But yeah, so here's the webcam. You could pretend this webcam would be actually somebody's like POV if they were wearing these glasses. And I think the text is a bit small, so if we control. Yep, so there's a little description that is updating. We have it temporarily set to every 5 seconds just for the sake of demonstration. But we can see the first paragraph is just getting an analysis of what is being shown in the webcam feed, which, well, we have my teammate Mahan here, and it is quite accurately describing him. There's a man standing to the left. He's a dark hair and he's got a beard. That is indeed him. But you can also see in red here the nearby objects person to your left. This is the main component that's going to be relevant. When you're wearing the glasses, you want to know what's next to you, where's the wall. And of course, the agent or the model can always be customizable with that. And do you want to demonstrate a little bit of the microphone?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yep.
So technically, the model should be able to like run on edge devices, and then it should like basically on the back end we're using like multiple AI agents, specifically OpenAI agents, and so we're kind of orchestrating all of them all together so that we get the user's query, and then we get the vision embedding that we get from the vision agent, and then we couple them together, and then there would be a text-to-speech model at the end, which yeah.
Looks like that was the feedback from the voice assistant. Could be a little bit optimized, of course, but the overall goal is here. We have the video feed that's going to spit out to the user, hey, here's what you're seeing, which, well, if you can't see, that's what you should have been seeing. If you could see and you decided, hey, I'm like Iron Man, I have Jarvis in my smart glasses, that's like something pretty cool that maybe doesn't exist in like actual real life yet, but could exist if we employed Neurolens. That's what this assistant could provide. And of course, if you had some little tap on your glasses to enable this press to speak, you can actually speak to your glasses and it'll be like a little chatbot, kind of like what ChatGPT already has, but particular to this context. And in the future of this project, of course, there are going to be capabilities. You could change the your little user experience, the volume, the voice style, the sensitivity, and the detection range. Maybe you don't care to detect a wall if you're like sitting down at your desk. So these are little considerations that might be useful for, well, if this MVP were to be taken further. And yeah, that also does cover next steps. But yeah, that's a pretty complete overview of Neurolens, what we've been able to whip up for this MVP, front end by myself and AI engineer by Mahan here. So yeah, that's Neurolens for you guys.
Thank you so much. Do we have image EHR as well? Are you guys ready? Well, please welcome our next project presenters.
This is just to be that thing. Like, it would be like difficult to like connect both of the things.
We only need one. We only need one.
This is just for back. Okay.
In case of, yeah. Yo, you guys shaking? You guys are shaking. Okay, I'm shaking. Okay, I'll start. And then I'll call you guys up to call your like ceremonies. And then we'll go from there. Yeah. Anytime. Are they the same thing? No. You speak to this. Only this. What does that do then?
This is the mic.
Oh, can I just speak in this instead?
Yeah, I think you have two mics to speak on.
Oh, okay. So you go ahead. Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Gavin.
Toya.
Hi, I'm Evan.
Hi, I'm Shaf.
And we're going to be presenting Imager. This is a web app that automates multimodal medical data extraction and mapping to industry terminology. The point of this web app is to empower healthcare professionals to elevate their impact with patient care. Next slide. So currently in industry, as well as with patient care, there's a lot of data that you can extract from a patient, whether it's textual or imaging data. So for example, there's electronic health records or chest x-ray imaging data. And whenever clinicians extract these kind of data types, it takes quite a bit of time. So with EHRs, it can take like 8 seconds per patient per visit. And once clinicians extract this kind of data, they have to consolidate this data and send it off to data management teams to map this data to industry acceptable standards. And currently, if you look at the bottom arrow, it's a very manual process. And this process takes anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks, which means it takes almost months to basically extract the data and to like make it something that's actually usable by like pharmaceutical companies. And because of this, it kind of delays the downstream processes of when patients can actually get their kind of clinical trial data imported and for important medicines to actually reach patients. So our solution aims to automate this multimodal data extraction from like text and imaging. And then we also automate the part where we map this kind of extracted raw data into the industry terminology. And so we aim to drop this process down from several months down to perhaps just a few days, which can speed up clinical trials and get important medicines that might potentially save patient lives to patients much faster. So now onto our demo.
Does this work? Okay. Nice. So here's our deployable end product. As you can see, our front-end team puts a lot of effort into building this nice animated website. So if you guys have time, please explore. So let's click Get Started. After you click the button, you are prompted to enter the FHIR API endpoint, which is a database that contains electronic health record of each patient. This ensures only authorized physicians and doctors can securely access patient data, maintaining rigorous data privacy standards. For demonstration, we'll use a sandbox endpoint containing synthetic EHR data. So the patient data you're seeing is fake, but resembles with the real world data. So let's click one of the patient's information now. Nice. So you can see the profile, phone, birthday. These are basic information. And the summary of each our data is instantly generated by Cohere API. And another functionality, as Gavin mentioned is chest X-ray detection model. So the physician can upload the corresponding chest X-ray images of the patient. It supports DICOM, WebP, or many modalities. Then we can start creating ISC terminology mapping, which is crucial for generating a clinical note for the patient. What is happening under the hood after clicking? The generation is like our pipeline automatically pre-processes the EHR data and images, then inputs them into our Cohere API and pre-trained detection model. The system maps extracted feature accurately into corresponding SDTM domains, which includes demographic data of the patient and medical information of the thing. So as you can see right now, YOLO model is running, going through each 11 images one by one, doing some abnormality detection in chest X-ray image. And right now we are waiting for Cohere API to generate the TXT file that contains regulatory-ready patient data. We also instructed Cohere API to explicitly not to log or train on any confidential data to ensure security even further. Okay, you downloaded? Yep. Nice. So yeah, it's underwhelming. It's just a TXT file, but like this file contains all the domain table information about the patient. The first one is DM is demographic, MI stands for microscopic imaging result, RS like radiographic information, so it's X-ray related information is stored here.
So timing is really important in pharmaceutical industry, clinical trials, and medicine, where the difference between life and death can just happen in a matter of days. In processes where data takes forever, like multiple months to maybe like transfer from like one party to another, so from like pharmaceutical company to like hospital to clinic, our solution being able to like automate this process, making this much faster, like dropping the amount of time it takes to like extract this kind of data as well as to map it to industry standards down to just a few days can potentially save a lot more lives in the future, and importantly empower clinicians and data managers to kind of make these sorts of impact. Thank you all for listening.
And our last in-person hack project demo will be Thought Mirror. Very good. Okay, they're coming. Please welcome.
Can you do? Oh, historical? There's another project. Oh, there's another project.
Should we share a screen in the Zoom?
Yeah, sorry.
Also, where? Our names and then shout it to Gabriel? Yeah. Okay. Shout it to Armand. Oh my god, fuck. Sorry. Shout it to Armand. Oh my god. Oh really? Wait. Yeah, do we go? I guess? Yeah, you're just Hi guys. I'm Angie.
I'm Jennifer.
I'm Gabriel.
And then shout out to our 4th team member Armand who couldn't make it. And this is our project Thought Mirror. So, although cognitive behavioral therapy is beneficial, the barriers associated with this treatment can make it extremely inaccessible. An effective round of CBT usually requires a large time commitment, around 12 to 15 weekly sessions, making CBT a costly solution for patients. Part of CBT is about reflecting upon cognitive distortions, which are biased ways of thinking that distort reality and fuel anxiety, self-doubt, and negativity. Many people assume that CBT only benefits those with psychiatric disorders. However, its principles can be valuable to a much broader audience, helping more individuals manage their mental health in real time. While journaling often serves as a cathartic outlet, people rarely revisit their thoughts in the moment, missing opportunities for self-reflection and growth at times when they need it most.
Our solution to this problem is ThoughtMirror. ThoughtMirror is an online journaling software that has journal entry capability for users to create new journal entries, go back, look at their past journal entries, and then also LLM capability, where Google Gemini is integrated and is able to highlight the cognitive distortions within each journal entry of a user, or tell the user, hey, everything's good, there's no cognitive distortions in this journal entry. The tech stack we're using, which we'll kind of explain as we go along, we're using the front end is created in Next and React. Our back end journal entries are stored in Firebase. Then Gemini is used as our base LLM, which we fine tune and use LangChain to do RAG with. We use the fine tuning and RAG for kind of slightly different applications throughout the project, and we'll explain that kind of as we get to the demo.
Yeah, so now we'll take you through our website. So first, when the user enters our page, we have this loading animation. And then we have an about page. Users can log in using their Gmail account. And then they'll be taken to our dashboard. So here we just have examples of different cognitive distortions to educate users about distortions like labeling or all or nothing thinking. And this calendar contains a monthly overview of the journal entries that they've written this month, as well as the cognitive distortions present within the journal entries for each day. So we have 10 total cognitive distortions. Fortunately, this user has not had all 10 cognitive distortions in any one day. But when the user clicks into a day, for example, this one, it takes you to the most recent journal entry created on that day. So here is the journal entry that the user wrote. And then the user can click mirror mode to start their AI-powered reflection. So right now, our LLM is classifying which part of the text contains a distortion, and that's where we use our fine-tuned Gemini model. So here, it detected that the cognitive distortion is present in this sentence, and then the cognitive distortion is also like classified. So the orange, if you see, represents, what does it represent? Overgeneralization. Okay, so yeah, we'll just generate that again. And there may be different types of cognitive distortions. And then we have our other non-fine-tuned Gemini model, which uses a RAG pipeline with a knowledge base of therapy responses to generate explanation for how to work through this cognitive distortion and kind of reflect upon it so that the user can grow as a person. So here it says, like, I noticed you're focusing on the times your brother receives gifts. So this is an example of filtering. Yeah, and the user can also create a new journal entry. So let's say they're creating a day recap. And they may not have any cognitive distortions in one day. So let's say this user writes good day. Then they click on mirror mode to get their AI-powered reflection, and it says no cognitive distortions detected. So yeah, and the user can also delete their journal entries. They can edit it whenever they want. So like, they want to add more here. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks,
Now,
guys.
of course, we can't neglect our virtual hackers. So we actually have also a demo from one of our winning virtual prize category winners. So we're going to do that during Zoom. So the name of the team is Flow4. Can you guys maybe do a virtual applause? I think it's still the same, right? So Team Flowform, you can start sharing screen and you can put Zoom on top. So. Can you hear us?
If you open this, yeah.
Can you guys hear us? You can set up your output to go to HTML.
Share my output.
So we
All
just
right.
get started with an intro?
Wait, we
I
still
don't know how
can't
many
hear you.
people
Just
are
give
in
us
the
a-
auditorium looking at me right now, but my name's Jesse. I'm the creator of
Wait,
Flowform. Oh,
wait,
never mind.
hold on. I think they're talking.
Okay, never mind.
Wait, speak again.
Oh, hello?
Hi. All right.
Too low. Okay, speak again.
Okay, yeah, I'll restart. My name's Jesse. I'm the creator of Flowform.
Alright,
along
so you
with
guys want to
Victor.
introduce yourself from up there?
What?
You want to introduce the team?
Okay, I'll just restart. I think we're okay. All right. I'm sorry, everyone. My name's Jesse. I made Flowform with Victor. You know,
Wait, sorry, we're getting a lot of echoes. I'm not sure. Like, we're getting a lot of echoes over here.
I think Adi, Adib,
You can go to live stream.
mute your mic.
Anson, if you go to live stream, is it going to be better?
Basically,
let's go to live
okay.
stream.
Jesse, stop. Just let them figure it out first.
Just go to live stream.
Alright.
Like, open a.
I'll let you guys figure it
YouTube.
out.
Go to GenAI YouTube.
I'm pretty sure it's working though.
Some technical difficulties. While we were doing that technical difficulties, who follows us on YouTube? Anyone? We have one person following us on YouTube. Let's go! Can we get a round of applause?
Okay. Once you guys want us to get going, just type in the chat.
Right. So unfortunately, the internet is a bit slow. So that's why we use live stream from YouTube. Shout out to Google to make this work. Okay. Right. Let's check. So do you want to speak? Is your Wi-Fi funky?
Pretty sure the stream was working.
Is it working? Can we speak?
I'm watching the YouTube live stream.
Because I'm not sure if because when they say speak, I'm not sure if that's from the current time or an echo.
You have your 3G. You have your 5G. And what's the speed?
Yeah, I literally hear us on the YouTube
Does it have
stream.
data? Okay, let's move.
Hold on, we'll wait for confirmation.
Yeah, bro, your FT is slow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's working. Don't do full screen. Don't do full screen. I think the thing, yeah.
How is our university Wi-Fi so slow?
Yeah, please excuse the difficulties. It's just that the Wi-Fi in this building is hit or miss, and today it's a miss.
I'll disconnect that.
Go. Do you want to go ahead? Oh. Do you want to do another try?
Yeah, we can try again. Also, Victor, maybe you just have the live stream open on your computer.
Okay, I'll just stop the live stream like YouTube.
Sorry, I pressed
Yeah,
the
let's
wrong
go.
button. Maybe without video might work.
Okay. All right. Cool. Everything fine?
Copy then? Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Cool. Yeah. Hi everyone. We're the Flowform team.
Let's go to Raffle stuff.
Sorry, Ali, did you say something?
Okay.
All right. You turn me off, bro. One. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have enough internet speed to play Flowform, but can we still get a round of applause for Flowform?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Okay.
at the finale, we've come to giving actual prizes. A lot of you have attended our workshops and speeches, so we're going to start with raffle prizes. Yvonne, are you going to be announcing raffle prizes? All right, so we're going to get drum rolls and go to our first winner of the Raffle Awards. Who could it be? Well, go to next slide, please. Oh, wait, I have the clicker. Well, my clicker still doesn't work, so maybe make a click yourself. The first raffle winner is Sophie.
Sophie Liu. And winning.
The second raffle winner, we will bring everyone together. The second raffle winner is, drum rolls, please. Okay, next slide. Yeah, next slide. Jimmy. While Jimmy makes his way down here, the third raffle winner is Bati.
This is not working.
The fourth raffle winner is Nathan, I suppose. Nathan. And our last raffle winner is G. All right. So let's take a photo with your raffle prizes. These gentlemen and gentlewomen have attended most of our workshops and keynotes, hence maximizing their chances. So we appreciate you coming to all our keynotes and workshops. Hello. Everything should be ready now, right? Double check. All the prizes are there. What do you mean no? We can't start with virtual. Everyone. It's too late. I think Mark is taking it.
Where's the clicker? I don't know. It wasn't on the bag. You want to do it? With the clicker.
I want to walk. All right, so we're going to start with our virtual awards. These are for the about 100 hackers who submitted projects virtually. They're right now in live stream, so they can actually see you, but we can't see them. What an irony. But still, we love them. So let's start with the first virtual award winners. The winner of the Climate Change and Sustainability AI Hack, the virtual version, is, drum rolls, please. Fireside. Maybe this is the Zoom we have, so some folks are showing happiness here. We'll leave them there. The winner of the Best Finance AI Hack, the virtual version, sponsored by PwC, is Spend Wise. Thank you so much, PwC, for the kind sponsorship. The winner of the Best Healthcare AI Hack, virtually, sponsored by Google, is Pushblock. And at last, our virtual hackers worked very hard in the last 2 days. We had 10 judges joining from United States and Canada judging their projects. And out of these 20 projects, 1 project rose. The winner of the Best Virtual Hack in GenAI Genesis 2025 goes to Flowform. You can see signs of happiness in the Zoom. Can we see some signs of happiness? The people in the Zoom? Oh wait, they can't even hear me. Give me a sec. Oops. Minor issues, very minor issues. So guys, did you realize we announced you won awards there? If you realize, please send something to Zoom chat. Anyone? Anthony, quickly send something. Oh, great stuff. Thank you, Jesse. Indeed, great stuff. So, should I keep this muted? Okay, should I keep this muted? Or? Okay, I'll keep this muted. Don't worry, the audio is going from YouTube. And finally, we're going to reload, so because the new batch of information is available. Can you give me the mic that's working?
Can you go on Canva and see if what happened? Can you go on Canva?
And now we're going to start with the first set of Human Empowerment Awards hacks. I know it's a very, wow, the room is so quiet. I know it's a very phenomenal moment for all of us, from our sponsors and partners to our hackers and executives. And so let's keep up the hype. Who's excited for the prize? Did you really have to reload that? Okay, we'll do it again. So, who's excited for the awards? We're not doing land acknowledgement again, so just moving a bit ahead. All right. Okay, are we in the right place? Does everything work?
Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys.
No, these are just planned. No, we've planned all of this. Who's excited for the awards? So we're going to start with the Human Empowerment Awards. The first award that we're going to give is the best education hack goes to... I can't even pronounce that name. Where are you? Woo! Okay, let's try pronouncing it. Probably that's Ejo Conquest. Is that right? I did it, bro. Ejo Conquest. I have no idea what it means. Can you give us a toast?
A toast?
Yeah, give us a toast.
I don't know. Yo, guys, that was...
Do you want to give me a hug instead?
Yeah, I'll give you a hug.
Okay, hug is better than toast. So please. How do you feel about winning a keyboard?
Oh, I feel awesome because I'm a gamer, and it's something I needed for a long time.
What game are you going to play tonight?
Hopefully CS.
He's going to play CS. I'm glad you did not say Valorant. All right. Congratulations to Ejo Conquest. All right, next up in the same category of prizes, we have one of the most applied for prizes. The best DI hack, which actually we had a presentation, goes to... Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Overseer. The three dudes from Waterloo have come back. Do you have a toast for us?
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, man.
He said appreciate it.
Wait, can you move it that way? Ankit, can you move the banner that way? The monitors.
What does overseer mean?
The one who oversees.
The one who oversees. like the AI part of the banner. All right, congratulations. I did not hear you guys. Next up, we have the best AI hack for accessibility. Goes to Piano Wise. They had predicted this. They were already sitting here. Are you guys from Waterloo? First year? Why are all Waterloo first years winning the hackathon? What's the crack code? Congratulations, the Piano Wise. The next best AI for creativity and generative AI. It goes to Lego Fix. Lego Fix was by far the most creative project in the hackathon. Can you imagine that? Are you guys from Waterloo too? Yes, which university? U of T, let's go! Get a huge round of applause for the first U of T winners. So how does Insight work?
Okay, my friend here can explain it better than I can.
So basically, we are trying to promote writing handwritten notes, and it goes through your notes and goes to the RAG pipeline, and you can talk to your notebooks all of a sudden.
That's impressive. Yeah. Congratulations to Insight. Now, we're going to go to up some more spicy awards. The best beginner AI hack given to a team whose majority are first-time hackers. And they joined GenAI Genesis as their first hackathon. I'm not hearing anything, guys. The best beginner AI hack goes to Greenlens. There has been a huge emphasis on lens in team names. How many of these names do you think are GPT generated? Well, it's a GenAI hackathon. It's kind of expected, no? Which university do you guys come from? First year? How many first year Waterloos do we have here? That's a lot of people. Can we get a round of applause from dudes who came all the way across from Kitchener? Congratulations again to Greenlands. Next up, what do we have? We have partner awards. What could the first one be? The best AI-powered tool for hackathon sponsored by Hack Canada. Can we get a drum roll? It goes to Team Artisan. They're there. Do we have anyone from Hack Canada? Who has joined Hack Canada's Discord server? Well, it's time to join now. Welcome. How do you pronounce the name? Artisan? Artisan. What does it mean? Go ahead. Don't be shy. Explain what it means.
The Artisan stands for AI Agent Toolkit for React. ISN, yeah.
And what does the ISN stand for?
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics. Great. Please go ahead. All right, congratulations again. The next partner award, sponsored by DCA, is the best AI eco-mobility hack. Can I get a bit of drum? I know you've been pressing too much. And the winner is the team Replate. They didn't even apply for that category. Is that part of the name? Which university do you guys come from?
University of Waterloo!
We should just do a hackathon with first-year Waterloo students. How does it feel to win a hackathon?
Feels pretty smelly.
Smelly? Oh, can't deny that. Go ahead.
Then I'll just present again.
Yeah.
How many more do we have?
Yeah, next one's Cohere.
Right, we're going to start with the sponsored categories. Who here use Cohere for their models? Shout out Cohere! The best use of Cohere goes to... Go ahead. Access path. Access path, where is the path to you? Oh, you just came? You just left though. Oh, you're bringing your friends? Oh, are they on the way? Okay. Oh, he's back. He's opening a path for us. Which university do you come from?
Waterloo.
Okay, I'm going to stop asking this question. Go ahead. Hey, congratulations. Now we go to one of our most, this was one of our most submitted prize categories. The best use of Gemini. Where are the drum rolls? The best use of Gemini goes to Vibe Drop. So, which university do you guys come from?
UFT.
UFT! And some Waterloo. Vibe Drop. Amazing. Now, another hackathon prize category sponsored by Google and CGI. The best women hack goes to, drum rolls, Curator. Congratulations. Very congratulations to Curator. Okay, we're gonna now get to the most spicy awards. Can we get really big drum rolls for these? The best climate change and sustainability AI hack powered by United Nations and 1 degree cooler goes to Earth Lens. Seriously, why do we have so many lensing names? Did you all use the same GPT?
Actually, fucking computer vision, insert lens. Yeah, they were asking for mentor last week.
Can you give us a toast?
Sorry?
Give us a toast.
It was great being here, everyone. Actually, both of us from Concordia, and I would say that for us to come all the way here for a hackathon, it had to be a good one, and we're happy that it was this one. It was a very fun hack, yeah.
They came from all the way from Quebec. Merci beaucoup. Go ahead. You can go back to Quebec using these now. Yes.
say that again? Wait, so what?
Yeah, congratulations. Can we invite the PwC folks to come over? They've been here with us for the entire day. That deserves a very big applause. The best finance AI hack sponsored by PwC goes to Summa. What does Summa stand for?
We used like Claude, and it just gave us the first name. We picked it.
You just
It's our summation. It's our summation.
Summa makes sense.
Builds to your network as well.
You build what?
It builds to your network.
Very, very good hack. Very good hack.
It's okay. It's okay.
Congratulations. One of our grandest, the Google Best Healthcare AI Hack was the most submitted project, the hardest prize of all. Can we get a huge drama? The best Google Healthcare AI Hack goes to Imager. Congratulations. And at last, we've arrived at this position. This is the finale of GenAI Genesis 2025. The best GenAI tech hack, the title prize of the hackathon, with a huge drum roll. The team that conquered us all goes to Thought Mirror.
Guys, we still have some slides left.
Guys, come forward for a group photo. Congratulations. Okay, before we go. So a couple reminders. First of all, please follow us on Instagram. Please. Can I join in the middle?
Dynamic.
All right. Thank you guys for joining. A huge thank you to our sponsors and partners, especially Google, PwC, United Nations, and 1 Degree Cooler. Before you leave, can we hear an applause for all the executives who made this hackathon work? Louder! All right, guys. Thank you for making GenAI Genesis a success. We'll see you next year.
I